I'm Justin Rowe-Roberts of BizNews, and with me today is South African Liquor Brand Association spokesperson Sibani Mngadi. Sibani, the liquor industry has been heavily targeted as a result of COVID-19 infections, looking to curb the spread of the virus. The association is calling upon government to use science and logic to handle Omicron. Are you guys scared, as has been in the past, that you guys will be one of the first industries to be targeted if numbers and hospitalizations continue to spike?
Yes, we are concerned. Like all South Africans, we are concerned about the actual infections that are rising. Certainly, there have not been any direct link between the infection numbers that are rising and the sale of alcohol as such. However, with our experience, we know that the National Command Center has defaulted several times, 4 times at least, on restricting or banning alcohol sales. And our call is that that is not the route to take at this point. The more logical thing to look at is the size of gatherings, which was increased from 500 to 2,000 before the elections, and whether that is still justifiable. We also need guidance on the vaccine issue, whether that should be made mandatory or not. But as companies, we believe that we need to be encouraging people to vaccinate as quickly as possible.
One of the theses from the governments is that alcohol and alcoholism adds added pressure onto the hospitals as a result of alcohol-enforced admissions. What does your data say? How material or significant is the number of people that are enforced to go to hospital as a result of alcohol-related causes?
Yeah, we actually disagree with that conclusion from government. We do believe that the decrease in the number of trauma cases that were recorded in lockdown level 5 and 4 were more to do with restrained movement of people. There were no cars on the road, there was no interaction between people, and therefore the chances of both intentional and unintentional injuries would have decreased significantly. Be it as it may, the current situation suggests that the numbers of people admitted and those put on ICU is significantly lower than what we experienced in the previous waves. And certainly people are also not staying for as long as they did during the past waves. And therefore, the argument that you are trying to open up space in hospitals is not relevant at all at this stage, because there isn't any apparent pressure on the health system in terms of number of people that have severe symptoms and therefore require admission and longer stay at the hospital.
We know that government's restriction on alcohol has led to a booming black market and increased alcohol robbery. Is this part of your argument, saying that if alcohol has to be restricted again, then these two negative spin-offs as a result of the restrictions will continue to boom and thrive?
Yes, certainly, Justin. When these conversations start around whether there will or there will not be a ban, you start witnessing a number of robberies against liquor premises increasing, be it warehouses or bottle stores, because those criminal syndicates are trying to stock up and be able to sell when legal alcohol sales is banned. Of course, there is a even more dangerous element of illicit trade, where people refill bottles with neutral spirits and adjust it and sell it as genuine product. That is having even a serious threat to human health.
We know the industry's been targeted. In terms of jobs or job losses, how is the industry doing? Is it a dire situation, or have things been a little bit more positive as 2021 has progressed?
Yeah, well, there have been quite serious challenges. If you look at the value chain, we estimate that we support jobs to a million opportunities, and of those, we estimate that around about 200,000 have been lost throughout the period of the 4 bans that we have had. And of course, as companies, we do believe that South Africa has a better future. We would like to see a greater degree of investment and the steady growth of our industry. So there have been at least one big positive investment announcements that have been made over the past couple of months. We hope that South African government can understand that we are here for long-term investment as both global and locally owned companies, and we would like to have some level of stability in terms of being able to trade and satisfy the need that is out there in terms of people who choose to drink.